I do.
How come?
Because it's a disadvantage.
Yes.
Yes,
How come?
because they're not able to do something, so it'd be a disability.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would consider it, yes.
I don't consider being deaf a disability. I think I don't like being called disabled. I can do anything a hearing person does. The only thing I can't do is hear, but I have a cochlear implant so I can hear. So it's harder to hear, but I can do anything a hearing person can do.
My name is Ben Cahoon, and we were introduced to deaf culture really when we found out our new little baby Emily was deaf. A person from the state actually came into our home and taught us sign language.
I'm Emily Cahoon, and I'm 17. I was born deaf, and I got a cochlear implant when I was 18 months old. I went to speech therapy for 5 years, and I don't know what to say. So my best friend, she knows sign language, and I really appreciate that she knows sign language, because if I don't catch something, then I kind of just turn to her and be like, what was that? And she'll sign it to me, and I can understand. And I feel like my other friends that don't know ASL, I really wish that they did. Maybe not like fluent in ASL, but at least some signs, so we can kind of communicate when I don't have my implant on. Like when we're swimming, I really like when Tori is there, because she knows sign language, so she can sign to me, but everyone else, I just have to kind of depend on lip reading. So I recently just started my blog this summer, and I've been really enjoying it, and there's been a lot of people that have commented on my blog and said, thank you for starting this. I have a deaf son or daughter, and they're recently getting a cochlear implant, and they're just really grateful for my blog to see kind of what it will be like for them and what they can do to help them. So I'm super excited, and I can't wait for it to grow, and so I can help more people.
Nowadays.
We use ASL, I would say even daily, right? Just because it's part of us. We know it's it's a language that we continue to use. We'll use it a lot more on vacations, it seems like. I view, if I were to give advice to hearing people, I would say the number one thing is obviously to treat them how you would want to be treated, and you can almost treat them as any foreigner would that you couldn't communicate. If you went to France and you didn't know French, right? How would you treat that person?
I think the biggest thing is just speaking clearly and loudly, and just making sure that they can see your lips. Like if they turn around, I'm like, whoa, wait. So it's really important that they just like stare at me, and I really like eye contact. And so if I can just look in their eyes and then I can just see their lips, and just being really loud and clear is very helpful.
So if you're friendly and kind and go out of your way to accommodate them and to be a friend to them, it goes, I mean, you can develop lifelong friendships.
And then also if I can't hear anything, like sometimes it's kind of awkward when I say what so many times, and I feel like sometimes it can get awkward, so especially if the hearing person kind of gets annoyed. So I don't like it when hearing people kind of get annoyed that I'm like can't understand them. So I just would appreciate if they'd be more patient and just try a little bit harder to be more clear and concise. I don't know. I think just whenever I can't understand, and I've asked what so many times that it just gets awkward, I'm like, why can't I just understand them? And I kind of get frustrated and kind of mad about that. I kind of wish that a lot of people knew that I was deaf, so then I wouldn't have those awkward moments when the person's like, hey, why can't she understand me? So I think I wish that other people knew more and were kind of aware, because some people forget that I'm deaf, but I don't forget that. So I kind of wish that people would just try to remember that I am deaf, and a lot of people do, but I just often get people tell me that, oh, I forgot that you're deaf, and I'm just like, I wish that you wouldn't forget.
Oh boy, that's a tough one. When Emily was Emily had learned about 200 words by the time she was 6 months old. So she was signing, and we went from thinking, you know, the world had ended to we met tons of deaf people, and we realized she was going to lead a totally normal life. Is Emily disabled, or do we view deafness as disabled? I don't think so. I think if you're deaf and you only speak sign language, life is harder, right? Because you have to interact every day with hearing people. With the cochlear implant, though, Emily's life is pretty much what we would, you know, as hearing people consider normal. She has relationships with anyone she wants to talk to.
Dance is really fun because I feel like you don't need to know the lyrics. I can hear the beats. So as long as I can hear the beat and when the teacher's counting, so once I get the counts in my head, then I'm able to do fine because I just count in my head the whole time. And I just look at everyone else and just kind of follow when they start. I like talking about my experiences and just trying to help people.